Hello YouTube, Red to Green here again with another recap. Today is February 1st, 2022, right? Tomorrow is the Groundhog Day. Today is definitely first day of the month of February. Congratulations to everybody who ended month of January green. If you did not end month of January green, that's okay. It was pretty messed up month. It's not a typical month in the market. It's not a typical month that I don't foresee it happening for the rest of the year, but of course, it's like it's a wild card, right? Usually January, just in generally, it's a slower month, right? And it starts picking up after February. It slows down in the summer sometimes, and then kind of picks back up after summer. But we'll see. We'll see how the definitely the markets are different right now. The post pandemic, post everything. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of different moving parts changing, a lot of changes going on. Right? There's no stability. So interest rates potentially going up, etc. So a lot of movements, right, in the park. So don't get disappointed. Don't get discouraged. Definitely, if you're red for months of January, but if you're green, keep up a good work. Anyway, another recap. February 1st, I'm up $100 today, $101. Not a lot, but I'll take it. The market wasn't giving me anything else, and I was definitely over trading BFRI. And speaking of BFRI, I do want to start with BFRI, and that was one of the movers after market open. And interestingly enough, right, if you scalped it right in the first 15 minutes or first 10 minutes of the market open, you were probably profitable. But if you were to load it up, right, if you were to load it up at the pullbacks, like around the 390s, it was a difficult situation, right? That first pullback worked okay, I would say. And technically, first pullback was around here. So if you had to be quick. The second kind of major pullback, right, probably falls right here. Got a couple people. I know it got me here, but I try to make my money back. And look at this false breakouts on the 1 minute. So these are the type of candles that get you. And if you continue fishing here, it's definitely going to cost you. It cost me. It cost me today. It cost me $80. I think I was up. Maybe I wasn't never up, but at least I was manageable down, right? That's what I should say. And then I started with a small share size. I increased it, and I got to a point where I was trading, I think, 250 shares of this because I was getting confidence that the stock's going to give me opportunities. And it wasn't happening. It was just loss after loss after loss. And I was getting I wasn't getting anywhere, right? I was getting to a point where I was losing money on the stock, and I was losing my gains because the first two stocks I traded, I believe I traded CREX. That was the first stock I traded. IINN was also one of them. So I was kind of up a little, like around $40, and then I gave it all back on BFRI, and then just kind of I was getting pissed at BFRI. I was getting frustrated with it. I was definitely trying to revenge trade it a little bit because you can see BFRI gave good opportunities kind of throughout the day as far as pops go, and this 420 area was insane. It was everybody were watching 420 for a break, and then it kind of happened at 1020, right? But what happened also is it false breakout. It sold off. So you would have gotten a lot of it's basically a bull trap, right? So very, very dangerous stock today. If you're one of those traders that takes the breakouts and for continuation and momentum, that's definitely would have gotten you. Even some of the pullbacks are kind of tricky in this area. So very hard to read this stock, very hard to read the level 2. And just the drops itself were kind of insane. But anyway, enough of BFRI. It was definitely a dud. I'm definitely frustrated with it, and it's a good stock. We made a good amount of money on BFRI before. If I scroll up to my December January probably trades. BFRI was on the list of good money makers. So maybe algo took over. There's no catalyst, so that's probably the explanation of everything that's going on today with BFRI. Anyway, CREX, not a lot, $26, but it's a sub $2 stock. I probably should have loaded up more shares. I was trading about 500 shares on it, but it never worked out. It would move, but then it would drop instantly. It never resolved to anything. It never held anything. So I'm glad I'm up at least $26 on it and not down. I do want to go over Netflix and Tesla as well. And then I'll go over the KSCP. So Netflix was interesting today. It was actually a very strong stock. SPY bounced. I believe it broke that VWAP. So that's when Netflix was kind of just, shooting up. And we have this gap, right, on the daily chart that we got to close. So maybe it's going after that gap close. I don't know. We'll see. But it definitely gave opportunities here with strong moves up. 1 minute definitely was just basically a constant move up, and was a mid pullbacks, right? It's definitely one of those stocks that you would just buy and hold today. But hindsight 2020. I am a breakout trader. I did trade a breakout, and Netflix actually netted me today $31. And as you remember, yesterday I lost almost $80 on it. So basically net this week on Netflix is I'm down $50, but it's better than being down $80. And that's one thing about those large cap stocks. If you get the right move, if you get the right setup, if you get the right breakout, it's really nice. You can definitely monetize on that breakout, and it could be a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer move, right? It's just the key here is how to decrease the cost of fishing in that type of market, because with the high spreads, right, the market feels they can eat you up, and that's what pretty much happened to me yesterday. The market fills and just a large trade size that what got me yesterday mostly, but I would have been a net green this week on it. But anyway, just got to be really careful with this type of stock. Different approach than the small caps, but I'm definitely liking that I have a flexibility to go to these stocks when low floaters are not running, if that makes sense. It's given me opportunities to start looking at everything else and start looking at opportunities in Tesla and Netflix, and I'm no longer kind of deterred away. They're not kind of scaring me as they were before. So I'm definitely getting a hang of it, but I do need more time. And I was the level 2 for these stocks, and I do need more time as far as understanding the different reaction points, how they react on basic market conditions. So that's large cap. And Tesla was also interesting. I wanted to focus on this specific setup on 1 minute. That was a very juicy setup, juicy in options, juicy in everything. It was beautiful setup, and I saw it coming, but I kind of was not sure, if you know what I mean. I was still focusing. My left eye was still on the low floaters, but I know people who took options contracts on this trade, and they made pretty decent money, like $3-4 per option, which is you do the math. If you take 20 options, you're up $6,000. So anyway, that's one of the setups that probably could have made you the most today, and probably could net you a green overall. And and for those kind of setups, I think that's what we are staying in front of our computers. These type of setups are important, and just remembering them and trying to play them nicely with options. And I didn't play because my P&L did not allow me to play with options today. I do want to, eventually probably that's not going to be the case, but mostly I want to play with options if I feel like, okay, I'm up at least 150, on my low floaters. Okay, let me piddle and play with options. That's pretty much the goal that I do not. I'm very conservative, if you notice, right? But maybe eventually I'll kind of I kind of I'll make it a little bit easier, right? And make it like, okay, I'm doing options today. If I'm down, 70, $100, I'm just going to be cutting it. But you saw, and by the way, in my recap on my Discord chat room, in my recap channel, I post a screenshot from Lightspeed and from my Thinkorswim, so you'll see both. And today I didn't trade options, and yesterday I traded options. I was down, and the day before that, Friday, I was down 170. But and you can see that kind of what's going on, and that's me trying options, and and it's just my personal kind of interest in that. And I decided to go with Lightspeed, and like you go with best of the best, and then you kind of see, is it really the best of the best? And then you kind of try and see something else. Because to me, okay, you have Lightspeed, and you have Webull, and you have Thinkorswim, we have VTrade, we have TradeStation, right? We have IBKR, and then we have Fidelity. So all these, I want to try them, right? Whoever's going to be playing nicer with options and giving you better fills, at least market fills, right? Because I want to be in fast. That's the key here if I'm scalping options. There's none of that limit order BS, and I played that limit order BS on a pegged order on options on Lightspeed, and it doesn't look pretty. It's nice when it works out, but it's just, I don't know. I'm still working about it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about options today. It's a recap. So Tesla, Netflix done. I don't want to go over SGLY, the LGVN, IINN, and DICA. Those are just kind of poppers that just popped, and I traded them. I'm up, on them, but I don't want to focus on them a lot. But they brought my overall PNL higher, but just the majority of these, I traded 10 stocks today, and that's a lot, but I didn't do a lot of orders, which is good, right? 150 trades today. That means 75 orders. So that's no, I did 150 orders, and I did 75 trades, because one trade, it could be 2 orders. So that's a recap. $101 and 47 or 43, 47 cents. Yeah, that's pretty much the day. So yeah, guys, don't forget to hit thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to continue doing recaps, and I'm setting up the Discord chat, and thank you everybody who's joining the live stream. And I know this live stream lags about 15 to 10 seconds. There's nothing I can do about it. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of things. But I noticed that Discord voice does not lag as much, maybe 1 second to 2 seconds. So I'm potentially is going to set up a Discord where you can hear my voice, at least what I do. So if we have a CREX that is running, and I'm noticing, and I'm trading, and I'm calling out the tops, at least at least you can kind of follow what I do in the real time, if that might make sense, right? Rather than a 15-second delay, because in our style of trading here, in my style of trading, 50 seconds is an eternity, because even a 2-second is probably not good, but at least it's closer to the fact where you can look at the chart and at least relate to what I'm talking about, rather than, a move already happened, and by the time it happened, you guys hear what I say, so it's like, okay, that's confusing. So anyway, that's the goal right now, but we'll continue doing the recaps. Come join me tomorrow live. I think I'm going to be I don't know if I have errands tomorrow morning, but I'll try to do my best to log in and trade morning, at least market open. But yeah, guys, stay safe. I know there's a snowstorm coming in most of the states, and it's a lot of storm and snow, and it's cold weather coming. So stay safe there, guys. Enjoy your families, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.